Today we're making a super cozy fall dinner. My family has been begging me to make this for the last few weeks. Today I'm gonna be sharing with you how I make my homemade chili, some yummy cornbread, and for dessert, we're gonna be making this s'mores brownie. So if you're ready, let's go. Over a medium heat, I'm going to add my 1.5 pounds of ground beef. You can definitely use a turkey or even chicken if you prefer. And then we're just gonna break this up and cook it all the way through. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my homemade canned broth. You can use any kind of bone broth that you have on hand or even chicken stock. And after 5 to 7 minutes, your meat should be fully cooked. Now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of garlic, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. And I like to crush my oregano after I put it in my hand. That just helps release some of the nice aromas. And then about a teaspoon of salt. And then we're just gonna give that a nice stir. I'm gonna be adding about 3 cups of my bone broth, 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Then we're gonna give this a nice stir and keep it on a medium to low heat until it starts to simmer. And once it starts to simmer, we're gonna go ahead and lower our heat to low. And then I'm gonna add 1 can of black beans. You can use any kind of beans that you like. If you'd like kidney beans or pinto beans, just the beans of your choice. And then we're just gonna go ahead and cover that. And then we're gonna cook that on low for about 2 hours. Next, we're gonna be making our cornbread. Now I'm gonna be using 2 boxes of this Jiffy mix. First, I'm gonna be adding 2/3 cups of milk, 2 bags of corn muffin mix, and 2 eggs. And then it's super easy. All we're gonna do is mix this together, and then we're gonna let it sit for just a couple minutes. And after we got it all mixed in, I'm gonna bring my pan over, and we do wanna grease this. I'm gonna grease my 9x13 pan. And then we're just gonna add the batter right in. Ooh, y'all, this cozy home dinner is gonna be so delicious. And then we're gonna bake this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And then for our s'mores brownie, I'm gonna be using this chewy fudge brownie mix. The recipe calls for 2/3 cups of oil. However, I'm just gonna be using a 1/3 cup of coconut oil. We're using coconut oil because one time when we were camping and making brownies, I only had coconut oil to use. It ended up turning out so delicious. So now we just use coconut oil in our brownies. I'm gonna be adding 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of water. We're gonna add the brownie mix. And then we're just gonna mix all of this together. We have our brownie batter all mixed up. Look at that. Looks delish. I have my pan and I've already melted some butter in it. I'm going to add some graham crackers to the bottom of the pan. Then we're gonna add our brownie batter right on top of those graham crackers. And then we'll bake this in the oven at 325 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. Oop, wrong one, it's on the bottom one. And after 40 minutes, our brownies are now done. It smells so good in this house. Now we're not done yet. I have these jet puffed s'mores marshmallows, and I'm gonna add these right on top of my brownies. Look at that, it fits perfectly. I have my oven on the broiler setting and I have it on high. We're gonna add the brownies back into the oven. We're gonna broil these marshmallows in the oven until they are nice toasty on top. Ooh, and after about 1 minute, the marshmallows are all finished and it smells so good. Let's plate this up. Ooh, gooey, gooey. All right. And boy, is this sticky. Cornbread is now finished. I like to add a few pieces of butter just on top. This just kind of keeps it nice and moist. I have my chili right here. We're gonna add some toppings to that. I'm gonna add a little cheese, and then I'm gonna cut up some green onions. I'm gonna add a little sour cream on top, a little bit of onion. Doesn't that look beautiful? And then to my cornbread, look how delicious this looks. You could either use like a hot honey, or you could use a regular honey, and I am actually gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna do a little bit of hot honey just right on top. All right, guys, let's taste this. It is so hot. It's gonna be so delicious. I think we're gonna have to wait and let that cool for a minute. We're gonna taste the cornbread first. That's so good. Oh, delicious. This is just so warm and cozy, and it's just perfect to kind of get you in that fall mood. Oh, y'all, this is so good. I hope you guys try this. Let's taste this s'mores brownie. It is definitely gooey. Very sweet. Very delicious. I feel like we just ate by the campfire with that chili in the cornbread and this s'mores. It is like the perfect cozy meal. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so already, and if you'd like to see another video, click on the video link right here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.